Hello everyone. I realize I've put up a lot of videos about this day, but I really wanted to because today was a great day. Way more than I expected, and I'm exhausted. It's about 10:30 at night, and I've been up since 6:30. Got to say goodbye to Andy and Hayden, his dog. And then I had a really great time last night. It was so nice just to relax, and we got to make Hayden all love drunk, just petting him until he couldn't take it anymore. And he's just such a good dog. And Andy's just so excited to be heading home back to Michigan. He's probably there already. It's mostly what he could talk about was how excited he was to go and just get back to the water and to see everyone. And then he was like, oh my God, he's going to miss his dog so much. So Hayden will be good. It'll be all right. So I set off early this morning, and I went to Yellowstone. Obviously, I already posted some videos. So if you want to track my progress today, because it's actually very interesting if you were to see what I did on a map. I went in through West Yellowstone, which is still in Montana, and then I took a right and I went to Old Faithful almost immediately. Like I bypassed a bunch of geyser basins along the way, drove right by them because I wanted to take David's recommendation and go see Grand Geyser, and I wanted to get there so early, and I barely made it. I think I only waited 15 minutes, but as you can tell, just in that time, I was so excited to go see it, and I didn't want to miss it, and I was afraid that I already had because the traffic and all this was delaying me from getting there. Plus, I had to find my way to find this geyser. That I just ran out of my car with like no water, just had my iPad, no sunblock, no hat, no sunglasses. Like I just took off, and I was super excited. But it was worth it. It was the perfect way to start the day. Grand Geyser is by far just one of the most amazing spectacles I've ever seen, shooting water 200 plus feet up in the air. It's the world's tallest geyser. Predictable geyser. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And so check out the video. It's not nearly as long as what I actually saw, and what was really neat about it is if you see in the video, you'll see a smaller geyser to the left of it, and that's Vent Geyser. So it's like it was shooting off and venting on the other side. And it actually like stopped and calmed down for a second. And like one of the volunteers of the geyser gazers there was like, hold on everyone, don't go anywhere. And it shot right back up again. It was just, it was like an encore to this amazing display. But it weirded me out that the people there really did treat it like a show. So I heard other people comparing it to the fountains at Bellagio, which just broke my heart. It made this amazing, magnificent, natural creation turned into something, you know, false and faux and kind of, you know, man-made created, if you're going to compare those two things. So we've created this artificial world where everybody treats everything as artificially. And then when the geyser finished, everybody applauded. I don't know why that was so bizarre to me. I actually laughed. But it was great to sit there. So all these people around me, I heard so many different languages. Like I heard German and French, and I could tell I'm getting to the point in this trip where everything is reminding me of Michael. So as soon as I heard someone talking in French, right? So all the little things are there. And I dilly-dallied way too long. It was very busy. I was just amazed. So I didn't even get back on the road to start seeing the rest of the park until almost noon. And then, and so I went left to West Thumb, if you want to look that up, and followed up Yellowstone Lake, which is massive and stunning. And then what could be better than combining two of the world's greatest national parks in one place? So Yellowstone has its own Grand Canyon in it. And this one is, I mean, it's not as large, obviously, but so breathtaking. I took a hike. I went about a half a mile up the North Rim And I stopped at as many viewpoints as I could. There's these huge falls, this massive waterfall. It shoots green and a rainbow mist over it, and it goes all the way down this massive canyon. So I was just taking so many pictures, and I got pictures of nesting osprey, and I went out all the way out to this place called Inspiration Point, hoping to be inspired by something. And there were just more waterfalls to be seen. So it's not right to compare the Grand Canyon to Yellowstone National Park. They're two massive national parks on totally different sides, and habitats and environments, totally different parts of the country, right? Desert, mountains, totally different. But to explore them, a lot went through my mind. So, like, I want to go back to the Grand Canyon and explore it on foot. I want to hike it, I want to camp it, I want to go down in the bottom, all that sort of stuff. But as I was driving through Yellowstone, I thought how cool it would be to explore it on bicycle, right? Because I wanted to, like, take my top off my car. I mean, I'm pretty sunburned, but I wanted to get even closer to all the beauty around me. It was unbelievable. And so at the Grand Canyon, you can't take a picture of the Grand Canyon that'll do it any justice. I mean, I've seen tons of pictures. I took plenty of pictures of the Grand Canyon, and it does not even begin to emote, to evoke whatever it was that I was feeling when I stood there. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. In Yellowstone, I could definitely believe what I was seeing. But the whole park is so beautiful. You can't take enough pictures. I took hundreds of pictures today. Some of the best photographs I've ever taken ever of the most amazing things. And I didn't everything you look at in this park is picture worthy, right? And you just can't take a picture of absolutely everything that you're seeing. It's not possible. So it's another destination that I want to make a big thing out of. And the more I drove around the park, the more I realized that doing it on bike probably isn't very practical. There's barely a shoulder on these roads, and the way some people drive is just crazy. But furthermore, the further I got out of the park, the closer the bison got. So I came close. I mean, I saw hundreds, maybe thousands of bison today, like just all over, right? And they were on the road, and they were like next to my car, and in front of my car, and in front of other people's cars. And if I was on a bicycle, I'd be really, really scared of, of an elk or a bison or a bear or something, because it was just, it's right there. And luckily nobody was getting out and trying to pet them or do anything dumb to the animals. But they were just plain stopping in the middle of the road instead of trying to, gently drive around them. They were just not moving traffic. So that was me trying to get out of the park, was all these bison. And it was pretty late. So by the time I was done exploring the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, I pulled in to a lodge, and I had a drink and a glass of water, started chatting it up with someone else, right? And his name was Ruffy, a guy, just this really funny guy from Florida or somewhere on the East Coast. He's a golf caddy, and he's doing the same thing as so many other people I've been hearing about. Solo road trip, take a time off. And for him, it's kayaking and fishing. So he's showing me all these fishing pictures, and I was telling him all about Montana and how, that's got to be his place if he's a fisherman. So it was really stunning. And it was fun to compare pictures. Just to sit down and see all these pictures that I took today, it was like, holy cow. I got Christmas cards for days lined up. So that was great. And so then it took a while to get out of the park because of the animals. And I went out the northeast entrance of Yellowstone. So I did kind of a U-shape tour today. I'm back in Montana right now. Every recommendation that everybody has made on this trip so far has paid off in the best ways possible. So Point Reyes paid off, right? That was my life-changing, altering hike through the most, lush, green, amazing place. And then my drive down through Montana was by recommendation of my aunt and uncle. And that was still just top tier drive. That was just so beautiful. And then David said to go to Grand Geyser, and I did. It was worth it. And then Andy told me to drive through Beartooth Scenic Bypass. So that's what I did today. Please look up that highway on a map and see what I did, because it can't be explained. I can't wait to show you pictures. I can't even begin to tell you what I saw. But that drive topped the park. I mean, it was that amazing. And it helped that the bison in the park kept me for a while, because I got to the very top, I mean the peak of this crazy twisting, winding mountain, back and forth, 15-mile-an-hour hairpin turns with no guardrail on the edge of super sharp mountains, right? Right after the sunset behind the mountains. And the sky turned this blue-red and got better and better and better the more I drove. I can never take a picture that would explain what I saw, but an especially huge thank you to Andy for that recommendation. As I started driving down, it got dark, and I just pulled over to the first lodge I saw that with a sign that said vacancy. So I'm actually at a pretty cool place, pretty typical hotel room, but the campus of it, from what I can tell, is going to be really nice to leave in the morning. I think it's on Rock Creek, like it's like flowing through and around this hotel. So I'm excited to see it in the morning and take some more pictures if I have any room left. Oh, what a day. So I'm still anxious to get home, and I'm still terribly homesick, and I'm sad that I'm going to be alone for the next like 4 days again. But I'm done camping. I'm going to stay. I'm going to pay the money to stay in places, but I don't know if anything can top today. I'm not sure I want it to. Yellowstone has a place in my heart. You know, I can't believe I saw everything, and actually, I really think of it as I want to go to it as like a destination. Like, it's a pretty romantic place. I would love to like stay at one of the lodges in the park. You know, it was almost sweeter than the Bahamas. Not to take anything away from my trip to the Bahamas, but yeah, I'm very pleased. So keep it coming. I'm always open for more totally amazing recommendations, although I don't know how much more of this trip I can handle. I can't wait for 4th of July. So hopefully it'll all go quick. And I'm so curious to hear how everyone back home is doing. Love you.